Nikola Tesla's lost papers, anti-gravity technology. As explained by Tesla himself, the Earth is like a charged metal ball moving through space, which creates the enormous, rapidly varying electrostatic forces which diminish in intensity with the square of the distance from Earth, just like gravity. Since the direction of propagation radiates from the Earth, the so-called force of gravity is toward Earth. We all know how Nikola Tesla was a man far ahead of his time. Tesla envisioned a future on planet Earth where free energy was available for everyone, but his ideas and inventions went far beyond electricity and energy. If it wasn't for Tesla, we'd probably still have no idea about radio, television, AC electricity, Tesla coil, fluorescent lighting, neon lighting, radio control devices, robotics, X-rays, radar, microwaves and dozens of other amazing inventions. Line, a Tesla scholar and author of the book Occult Ether Physics, states that among the manuscripts found in the scientist's house were numerous notes on anti-gravity. In his book, Line says that Tesla spent the last years of his life collecting information on a revolutionary propulsion system that would use the ether's force to mobilize objects. The writer based his theory on the last lectures given by Tesla, in which he spoke of his latest discoveries, capable of changing all the conceptions related to physics known by man. Curiously, Tesla's latest patent, filed in 1928, number 6,555,114, was that for a flying machine that resembled both a helicopter and an airplane. This vehicle used a revolutionary propulsion system that would have changed everything we knew about flight. Line details in his book that during a lecture for the Institute of Immigrant Welfare, Tesla mentioned his dynamic theory of gravity, and that this was one of two far-reaching discoveries, which I worked out in all details in the years 1893 and 1894. The dynamic theory of gravity assumed a field of force which accounts for the motions of bodies in space. Assumption of this field of force dispenses with the concept of space curvature. A la Einstein, the ether has an indispensable function in the phenomena of universal gravity, inertia, momentum, and movement of heavenly bodies, as well as all atomic and molecular matter. Curiously, in an article titled Man's Greatest Achievement, Tesla spoke out about his dynamic theory of gravity, saying that the luminiferous ether fills all space. The ether is acted upon by the life-giving creative force and is thrown into infinitesimal whirls, micro-helices, at near the speed of light, becoming ponderable matter. When the force subsides and motion ceases, matter reverts to the ether, a form of atomic decay. Tesla wrote that the luminiferous ether which fills all space is acted upon by the life-giving creative force. The ether is thrown into infinitesimal whirls, micro-helices, at near the speed of light, becoming ponderable matter, and when the force subsides and motion ceases, matter reverts to the ether, a form of atomic decay. Man can harness these processes, to precipitate matter from the ether, create whatever he wants with the matter and energy derived, all to the Earth's size, control Earth's seasons, weather control, guide Earth's path through the universe, like a spaceship cause the collisions of planets to produce new suns and stars, heat and light originate and develop life in infinite forms. Tesla's so-called ether was rigidified by rapidly varying electrostatic forces, and was thereby involved in gravitational effects, inertia, and momentum, especially in the space near Earth, since, and as explained by Tesla himself, the Earth and like a charged metal ball moving through space, which creates the enormous, rapidly varying electrostatic forces which diminish in intensity with the square of the distance from Earth, just like gravity. Since the direction of propagation radiates from the Earth, the so-called force of gravity is toward Earth. Writings of Nikola Tesla, 1894, Chapter 25 Introduction. The scope of the Tesla lectures. I have worked out in all details and hope to give to the world very soon. It explains the causes of this force and the motions of heavenly bodies under its influence so satisfactorily that it will put an end to idle speculation and false conceptions, as that of curved space. Only the existence of a world of force can account for the motions of the bodies as observed, and its assumption dispenses with space curvature. All literature on this subject is futile and destined to oblivion. So are all attempts to explain the workings of the universe without recognizing the existence of the ether and the indispensable function it plays in the phenomena. Tesla is believed to have made a reference in the above to unlimited energy, derived from the environment. The conversion of energy to a stronger force, electropulsion, used to control the much weaker gravity force, would accomplish more work in the same amount of time, and produce over-unity results.